Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Today I have a whole body yoga stretch for you. If you have a block, feel free to grab one now. Otherwise, it's just optional. Or if you have a book to equal size, you can go ahead and grab that. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start lying down on our backs, bringing the soles of your feet together, coming into butterfly pose, reclined butterfly. Set yourself up. Take one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. Just begin to notice how you feel. Let go of the day you've had so far. Let go of your to-do list. And allow yourself to just be here and present for you and your body. As you begin to clear your mind, begin deepening your breath. Feeling your stomach rise and fall with every breath you take. When you're ready, use your hands to draw your knees up. Bring your knees into your chest, giving them a hug. Rock a little side to side, massaging your lower back. And then when you're ready, place your feet on the mat. Take your feet as wide as your mat and draw your knees into one another. Take your arms out to a T or cactus arms, depending on your space. And then from here, we're going to begin to windshield wipers our legs back and forth. Drop your knees to the right. Come back to center and take them to the left. Come back to center, drop them to the right, and then come back to center and take them to the left. Move as fast or as slow as it feels good to you here. Maybe just going back and forth in this twist feels good, or maybe stopping and savoring that stretch feels even better. Take about one more on each side. And then the next time you drop your legs to the right, hold it there. Keeping your legs to the right. Now both shoulder blades rooted down into the mat. You can stay here, or if you want to take it deeper, take that right leg over your left knee, coming a little deeper into the twist. If this is too much on your knees, just release that right leg back down to where you were. Release the right leg. Bring your knees back up to center. Drop your knees to the left now. From here, take that. You can keep your legs down on the floor, or if you want to take it deeper, take that left leg on top of the right knee this time, coming a little deeper into the stretch. When you're ready, release your left leg down. Bring your knees back up. Bring them into your chest, giving them a hug. From here, bring your nose into your knee, rounding it all together, squeezing into a tight ball. When you're ready, drop your head down. Release your legs. Keep your legs in towards your hips here. Bring your hands by your side. We're going to come into bridge pose just to warm up our back. Plant everything down, and then on your inhale, slowly begin to lift up into bridge pose. Don't take it too deep here since we're just warming up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up, bridge pose. Exhale to release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. One more time. This time we're going to hold it once we reach the top point. Inhale, lift up. Hold it here. On your next exhale, slowly release. Bring your knees into your chest. From here, we're going to begin rocking up and down the spine, making several rocks here. If this does not feel good to you here, we're just going to come into tabletop. So if you need to, just roll yourself over and make your way onto your hands and your knees. Set yourself up here. Wrist in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips. Gaze right down in front of you in between your fingers. On your inhale, drop your stomach towards the mat, chest and gaze up, coming into a little cat-cow here. Exhale, lift your back, gaze to the top of your thighs. Inhale, drop your belly towards the mat, chest and gaze up. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, drop your stomach, chest and gaze up. Exhale, round your back. One more round, inhale. Exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. From here, walk your hands about arm's length in front of you. Drop your heart down to the earth, puppy pose. If your chin comes down, feel free to drop it down. If not, no big deal. You should be feeling a stretch in your upper back. When you're ready, make your way up. Bring your hands back in. From here, curl your toes. You're going to lift your hips coming into downward facing dog. Taking your time to get there, no hurry. Once you arrive, begin to pedal out your feet, stretching the back of your legs. Feeling the strength in your shoulders, in your hands, and your arms. Finding the strength in downward dog. Pushing into all 10 fingers. And then once you're ready, come into stillness. Finding the stretch as well as the strength here. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, shift forward into plank pose, holding it here just for a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Drop down to your knees, lower all the way down onto your stomach. From here, release your toes, all toenails pressing into the mat. Inhale, lift up to cobra pose. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, lift up, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Send your hips back, coming into child's pose. Your hips are on your heels. Arms are out in front of you. when you're ready, come back up to a tabletop. Setting yourself up, line your knees in line with your hips, wrists in line with shoulders. From here, send that left hand out in front of you. Thumb pointing up towards the ceiling. Imagine shaking somebody's hand. Send your right leg back if you have the balance. If it's not there, just keep them right toes on the mat back behind you. Otherwise, if you're here, lift that right leg up. Imagine somebody pulling that left hand and right leg, finding length in your back here. When you're ready, release your left hand down. Keeping that right leg long, drop it down to the mat and begin to rock back and forth on the ball of your foot, feeling a stretch in your calf. And then when you're ready, come back with your shoulders in line with your wrists. Lift that right leg up. Put a bend into your knee here and begin to make hip circles with that right leg, going in one direction. And then when you're ready, switch directions. Once you've done an even number on both sides, come back to stillness. Send your right leg out long. From here, you're going to take that right leg. You may need to set it down and then walk your right leg up to the front of your mat. Or if you have it in your strength, your core strength, you're going to send that right leg to the outside of your right hand. So it's at the edge of your mat here. You're still on that left leg. Right foot's on the outside of your hands. Coming into lizard pose here. You can options for here. You should be feeling a good stretch in your right hip. If you want to take it deeper, you can drop down to your forearms. Or if you have a block, you can bring your forearms to your block. Or you can stay up on the palms of your hand if this is a good stretch for you. Again, you should be feeling in the outside of your right hip here. Wherever you are, you're going to come back onto your hands. Curl the left toes under, lift that left knee off the mat. You're going to turn both feet towards that left wall here, keeping a bend into that right knee. Left leg's going to be long. We're going to come into Skandasana, side lunge pose. You may not be down here, you may be up here. Wherever you are, that's okay. You should be feeling a good stretch in the inside of your left thigh now. We'll only be here for a moment. You can keep your hands on the mat for balance. You can bring them to your heart center in prayer. Or you can open your arms up, coming into a little bit of a twist. Bring your hands back to heart center. Using your leg strength here, lift up into wide leg pose, standing up. Inhale your arms up overhead. On your exhale, you're going to fold forward, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Hands are going to be underneath your shoulders. If they don't reach, no big deal. Just grab a block, place your hands on the block. Otherwise, hands are underneath your shoulders. Feeling the stretch in the back of your legs, the lower back. Allowing your head to hang heavy. Shake it a little yes and no. Inhale, halfway lift. Come up to a flat back here, almost as if you can balance something on your back. Plant your left hand down, right arm comes up for a twist. Right hand comes down, left arm goes up for the twist. Plant the left hand down. Walk your hands over to the right. Turn both feet towards the front of your mat. Drop your left leg down. You're going to send your hips back, straightening that right leg here, coming into half splits pose. Right leg straight, left hips in line with your left knee. Send your right hip back in line with your left hip. Hands can be down on the mat, or you can bring your hands to blocks on either side of your legs if you need that extra lift. Walk your hands a little more forward if it's there for you. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, lift up, flatten your back. Exhale, round forward. One more. Inhale, lift up, flatten your back. Exhale, round forward. Hold here. Feeling the stretch in that right leg. Walk your hands forward, coming back to that low lunge, putting a bend into that right knee. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms to cactus arms. Take a back bend. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, plant the left hand on the inside of your right leg. Right arm's gonna open up for a twist. So right arm's up above your head. Bring your right hand down to the mat. Send your right leg back, coming back into tabletop. Take a few more circles with that right leg, going in one direction, and then the next, switching sides. And then when you're ready, release that right leg down. Taking it to the other side now, send your right arm up, thumb pointing towards the ceiling. Imagine shaking somebody's hand. Stay here, or send your left leg back, toes pointing down towards the mat. If you don't have the balance, drop the left toe down. Imagine somebody pulling that right hand, pulling your left leg, finding the length in your back. When you're ready, release your right hand down. Keeping your left leg long, drop your left leg down to the mat. Coming onto the ball of your left foot, and then begin rocking back and forth. Coming into the calf stretch. One more time, and when you're ready, line your shoulders back in line with your wrist. Lift the left leg up. Put a bend into your knee and begin taking hip circles going in one direction. And then when you're ready, switch directions. And then when you're ready, send that left leg out long, back behind you, toes pointing down. Inhale here. Exhale, step that left leg to the outside of your left hand. Hands are inside of your left foot here, coming back into lizard pose. Noticing the difference on sides here. Options again, you can stay up on the palms of your hands, drop down to your forearms, or use your block. Maybe one side you can go a little bit further. Just notice it. Each side of our hip is different depending on the side we favor. When you're ready, come back onto the floor, your hands. Curl your right toes under, lift that right knee off the mat. Turn both feet towards the right wall this time. Stay keeping the bend in your left knee, sinking down, or maybe you're up here, wherever you are. Feeling the stretch on the inside of the right thigh this time. Hands can stay down for balance. Maybe they're at heart center. Maybe you open them up. When you're ready, bring your hands back to heart center. Use the strength in your leg. Bring your core in and lift up. Wide leg stance. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, come to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands to your hips, put a bend into your knees, slowly begin to rise up. This time, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, find length, bring that chest forward, bring your shoulder blades closer together. Exhale, fold forward, keeping your hands interlaced. If this doesn't feel good here, maybe you just grab your hands to your wrist. If you have a strap, you can grab the strap. Whatever feels good to you here, coming into the shoulders. When you're ready, release your hands down. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Turn both feet towards the front. Frame the left foot. Drop the right knee down. Coming into half splits here. Send the hips back, straightening the left leg. Send your left hip back in line with your right hip. Inhale, find length in your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Hold it here. Walk your hands forward, coming back into your low lunge. Inhale your arms up overhead. On your exhale, bring your arms to cactus arms. Take a back bend. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the right hand down on the inside of your left leg. Left arm goes up for a twist. Drop your left hand down. Send your left leg back, coming back tabletop. Take a couple hip circles with that left leg this time. Going in one direction. And then switching directions. And then when you're ready, bring your feet back down to the mat. Send your hips back, child's pose. Options with your hands here, you can keep your arms out in front of you, or if you want to take it a little more into your shoulders, bring your hands into prayer in front of you, and then lift your hands up overhead. When you're ready, drop your hands down. Make your way up tabletop. And then you're going to swing your legs to one side, coming down onto your bottom. Send your legs out long. Hands on your thighs. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Dandasana staff pose. You can keep your hands on your thighs, or if it serves you more, placing your hands down onto the mat next to you. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold over your legs. Your hands can come to your shins, your ankles, or your feet, wherever it feels good to you. Put a bend into your knees if you need. Bend into your knees if you need to. When you're ready, slowly begin to rise up. Bring your arms out in front of you. With control, slowly taking your time to lower all the way down. Take your time to get there. Go as slow as you can. Starting to feel a little shake in your core, just to warm up, get that core a little bit. And then once you're ready, come all the way down onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest, giving them a hug. Rock a little side to side. Place the soles of your feet down onto the mat. Take your right leg, cross it over your left leg. Use your right hand to push that right thigh down, feeling a stretch in your hip. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to take it deeper, we're going to come into figure 4, interlacing the hands behind the back of your left thigh, lifting that left leg up off the mat. When you're ready, drop your left leg down. Right leg comes down to the mat. Cross your left leg over the right. Use your left hand to push into that left thigh. Stay here or interlace your hands behind your right thigh, this time lifting that right leg off the mat. When you're ready, drop your right leg down. Release your left leg. Bring both knees into your chest, giving them a hug. Rock a little side to side. Bring your arms out to a T. Drop your knees to the right, and if it feels good on your neck, take your gaze to the left. Bring your knees back up to center. Drop your knees to the left, taking your gaze to the right. Come back up to center. Bring your knees into your chest, give them a hug. Bring your nose to your knees, squeeze everything in. Take one big inhale. And then on your exhale, you're going to let everything go, coming into our final relaxation pose, Savasana. Taking your legs out long, arms out wide. Take up as much space as you want. Coming into anything that feels good here. Listening to your body, make any final adjustments. And then let everything go. Stay here for as long as you'd like or you have time for. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.